Got a new leaked video is allegedly Valve's hero shooter DEADLOCK. Kind of looks like BioShock Infinite. Tyler Wilde over at PC Gamer. Valve hasn't responded to our emails about DEADLOCK, an alleged unannounced Valve hero shooter which is leaking all over the internet. That's pretty typical for Valve, which tends to say nothing about leaks or rumors before one day dropping a casual blog post announcement. Well, dude's Valve. They don't need to do anything. They don't even need to make a game, right?
No. No, they really just have to hold Half-Life over the rest of us forever.
Yeah, we'll see if that's how they play it this time. For now, we can't say for sure whether or not DEADLOCK is really Valve's next game, but we can be sure that someone has created a very Valve-like hero shooter prototype at the least. Well, this comes via player IGN on Twitter. Or X, whatever you want to call it. If it's real, and it still looks like this, DEADLOCK will be Valve's first third-person shooter, unless you count Alien Swarm, but it's not really the same. Valve Watcher Game Follower described it this way last week, quote, 6v6 battling on huge maps with 4 lanes, usable abilities and items, tower defense mechanics, fantasy setting mixed with steampunk, magicians, weird creatures and robots, fast travel using floating rails similar to BioShock Infinite. And quote, the BioShock Infinite comparison is on point. Watching the video, you'd almost believe you were looking at a prototype for an Infinite multiplayer mode. Dude, I thought the same thing when I saw this. Did you see this? It did remind me, the art aesthetic though, did remind me of a lot of Team Fortress.
Oh, okay. That's a very cool mashup to me. I'm
Right?
down for that. It sounds like this is a MOBA with tower defense elements of it, which has me wondering, what are some of the other MOBAs in the space going to do about this? We've recently become interested in Omega Predecessor, and I'm wondering if they're going to respond. If anybody's been paying attention to these.
I think this will be in its own wheelhouse. But it's 4 lanes, right? You got tower defense. It is different enough to not be another typical MOBA.
Well, tower defenses are in MOBA, though.
Well, sorry. Let me back this up. Typical compared to what I play with Predecessor. Because I don't play League. I don't play Dota, right? I don't play any of those. I play Predecessor. That is my MOBA, and that's the only place I play. I don't typically will play a MOBA. So when they come into this one and they introduce 4 lanes, that's a different mechanic. 6v6, which is another different mechanic. I do like the third person perspective. Dude, I do want to check it out. I think when it does come, if it is in fact coming, do you think we even see it, Scott, is the biggest thing?
I think the cat's out of the bag now. We're going to have to learn about this, and Summer Game Fest coming up will be a good time to. Well, it's hard to say, though, because if you're not planning to release that, it's going to take the time space of somebody else.
Sure. Yeah.
So how do you announce something like this? Or, like you say, Valve just does not have to announce it. They'll just put it for sale next week.
Well, they can just drop it and the whole world will swarm to it, right? It's almost like a GTA 6 drop, but it's coming out of Valve. Let us know your thoughts on DEADLOCK, ITGTV.com.